What's up, everybody? It's the homie Truth Teller, the street reporter, and a lot of people always say truth. Can you get somebody new on the platform? Can you get a female on the platform? You always got them grizzly savages in that chair. Today, I was lucky enough to get somebody nice in that chair. Now, for the people who don't know what's going on, you'll let them know exactly what your name is and where you're from.
My name is Autumn Gabriella, or Autumn G. I'm from Chicago. I was raised most of my life at this point in Cicero, Illinois. Right. So, yeah, that's where I'm from.
Okay, you say Cicero, Illinois. I know exactly where that's at. I want to ask you, growing up in Chicago, growing up in the area, what has changed from your childhood to right now?
Kids can't have fun no more. Like, I remember my childhood, and it's so funny because I thought I had so many restrictions, and I thought I couldn't do anything, and I look back like it was lit. My childhood was so lit, and these kids, like, babies are getting shot now. Like, that's I know a couple of the women whose children have been, like, shot. It's crazy. Like, yeah. So it's
So you do know some others.
Yes, like people that I went to school with. Like, yeah.
Miss Autumn, I want to know, when did the shootings and shit come? From a female point of view, because a lot of the guys I speak to, they're a little numb to it. They don't even know when this shit happened.
I don't know. I don't know. Because I even remember being in, like, junior high. People was bringing guns to school. I was friends to one of the people that brought the gun to the school, like. And we was next to each other in line, in the lockers. Like, that was low-key my dog. Like, being his friend really kind of caused problems with my, like, other friends because it was a gang thing. Like, he was an op. And I was like, man, I'm in the line with him. I don't got no choice. Like, you know, so it was weird. It was crazy. Like, it's always been there, at least since junior high for me.
Do females go through some of the same thing the men go through, or is they kind of, like, pushed away from it? Because I do see women getting involved in shit, shootings, killing.
I'll say yes, but I've been fortunate enough that the people that I have dealt with have really protected me from any of that. So the way that I move, like, is because of them teaching me how to move to stay protected. You know what I mean? So maybe that's not a good thing. Right. I always say, like, I'm a female, but I really think like a man a lot. And it's like a curse and a blessing because, like, I get it. You know what I mean? I get it. So, yeah. I guess some women do go through it. And it's some women that's really about that gangbanging life. Like,
so it is some hardcore ass women.
Yes. Right. Oh my God. Yes. I know who I'm not gonna mess with. Like, I know who I'm not gonna pick a fight with too. Like, I'm tough and I could throw hands, but look, it's some savages out there. Okay.
Right. I want to ask you this. I don't know if this is weird to ask, but I'm gonna ask you this. As a female, from your perspective, why everybody just so mad at each other?
I don't know. I don't know. It's so much hating. And, like, I don't know. Maybe in my mind I live in a utopia because I just feel like, why we just can't all be cool? Like, you know what I mean? But I don't know. It's the hating, a mix of probably hating, envy, like, people just not content with nothing. Like, it doesn't matter how much they have. Like, nothing is good enough anymore.
Right. A lot of people don't know you link to a lot of people in the drill culture. You know a lot of famous drill rappers.
I wouldn't say I know them anymore, but at one point I was really surrounded by a lot of different people. And
as you growing up?
No, not even growing up. I started off in Illinois Center for Broadcasting. It was a media school. I don't even know the name of it anymore. And I was really going for radio and TV. Like, you know, I wanted to be on the radio. I remember listening to, like, Trader Chocolate Jock, Devontae Stone. Like,
that's the
literally,
radio.
that's what, like, you know, and I wanted to be like them, you know. And I loved music. But I just knew that I always wanted to be behind the scenes. You know what I mean? So I went to the school, and I got drawn into the music industry, I befriended, because I was doing radio and hosting events and stuff, I befriended like a lot of people. Steve from Exclusive 773 being one of them. Steve. Yeah, like he really, all of this is really thanks to him, like for real. In the broadcasting world, Trey and Devontae really had my back, but like I left that, you know what I mean? Right. And I picked music, and through Steve, I got connected to one of the biggest, one of the most well-known female managers in the game, and she took me under her wing. And
what's her name again?
Her name is Lyrical.
Okay. All right. Not to bring names.
No, it's okay. Her name's Lyrical. Yeah, she told him, like, I want her, like, you know. And we did a lot of dope stuff together. She showed me a lot. I did a lot of stuff because of her. So, you know, yeah.
Okay. No, I get it. That's dope. I want to ask you this question, with you being around the music for so long. Did drill rap fuck Chicago up, or it been fucked up? Now, I want you to be honest if you can, Miss Holly.
I've been New Savages for a long time. Right. For a very long time. Like, it's just now there's a stage for the show, you know? Yeah.
You say what again? Miss A just knocked my head up with that one. Now, I ain't gonna lie. She fucked my head up with that one. You say a stage.
For the show. Like, we've been seeing this stuff. And then even when I talk to, like, my people, like, they're like, it's always been like this. Right. It's just social media exists now. I was just saying, even, like, with all these tragic things we've seen, it's always been there. Like, it just wasn't on social media. Now everyone's recording. Everybody.
Okay, what you saying social media and recording. I'm going to go back to this topic, but I got to skip 4 questions real quick because you just said that. The PNB Rock shit. I want to ask you this question. It was a woman that the police is speculating was involved in this case. Maybe a stepmom or some shit like that, okay? Mm-hmm. Women do that kind of shit? That shit going on with the women? Because I heard some stuff. Somebody told me, you got to be careful of the back door. Now, I ain't trying to dirty up women, but I always talk to guys about them shooting people and shit. I want to ask you, is the back door with the women and women setting people up, they do shit for their men like that?
Yeah, they do.
Oh.
They do. Yeah. There's really grimy people out here. I mean, it's not me putting anyone on blast. I don't know I don't know them, but I hear stories all the time. Like, my girls are solid. Like, we know how to move. So, like, even posting on social media, I have things in my drafts that I probably won't ever post. I've learned how to move, just not even for a man, for my own safety, for anyone's safety. Everyone has a hater.
Ooh, Miss A out here throwing these gems.
Stop! No, I'm just saying.
You say everybody got haters. That's deep.
Look, I be getting on everybody. Like, my mom, she likes to post where she's at, and I'm like, Mom, I get it. And sometimes, like, I have a job. Like, I'm a bartender, so I do have to post my location, but I'm so on point. But, like, everyone does not need to know where you're going. And especially when you're dealing with certain type of men, whether it be a celebrity or a street guy, like, if that's the life you want to live, like, you got to know how to move. Like, and you sign up for that. You sign up for that.
Yeah, that's crazy. I totally see the picture you're painting on now. I want to jump back to the managing thing. Mm-hmm. Is it hard? Because you did, matter of fact, an artist you manage now, SBE, right?
It's Marco V.
Marco V from
He's
SBE.
He's part of SBE, yes.
Okay. Before I get into this question, how did you get into managing him? How did you even get into managing? How did you meet him, and how did you get into managing?
So I got into managing through Lyrical. Okay. She took me under her wing, like she was my mentor. Like, literally. So that's how I got into it. Okay. But I was always part of someone else's management team. Right. It was never mine. And V how I got into managing him. We actually have been friends since we was in like 7th grade.
So you knew V?
I knew V.
Okay.
Yes. He was like he's not even he's younger than me. So he's not even my big bro, but he's way wiser than me. Like right. I give props on this dude. Like he's big wise. Bro. He's yes. And he was always really protective of me too. And so we just remained friends over the years, remained bro, like right. That's probably the only guy in my whole life that has like rock with me for me. So like I'm loyal to him and vice versa. Like that's my dog. Like and he's good people. Honestly, like anyone that gets to interact with him, they feel that he's real. You know, he's a good dude. Sure, good dude. So he's always been around music too because you got SBE. They were initially a trio. And they were popping big in the legendary pop era. Yeah. Yes, legendary. Yeah. Yes, they made hits. Cut it for out real. Legendary. Mm-hmm. So he's always been around it. He's seen the business, everything. And his V's smart, intelligent. So it was just a matter of time before he jumped in. And he finally did, and at this point, I wasn't a part of his situation when he did like a feature, like What the Fuck, I think, with Donnie. It was Donnie and Marco V, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what? And so after that, I guess he took a break, and then he came back. But then when he came back, it was bossed around, like, and it was shot in Dubai, like. And that was without me. Like, that was without me. Yeah. And I'm like, what? And we already was kind of back mixing, like, talking. And I think it was because of the loyalty thing. Like, that's genuinely my friend. And he knew I had some experience. I'm nowhere near, like, I know I've been around for a long time, but this is my first time doing just me and V. Like, he's his own investor. Like, wow. I've made mistakes, but he knows that I've never done anything on purpose or to be malicious, like, or I try to make it right, or you know what I mean? So it was just like, we made it official, like, all right, like, we finna do this, and let's go get this bag, and you know what I mean? Like, show your talent, because he's so dope, and the dopest thing about it is that he's not a fraud. Right. He's not, like, and he raps his life and things that he's gone through, or his trips. The main thing that he raps about is his trips. Like, he's really taken flights. He's been out of the country before he's ever been to certain places in the States. You know what I mean? So I asked him myself. I asked V myself. I said, how in the hell do you get a cameraman in Dubai? And he said Instagram, like, literally our social media really is it. Yeah. Social media is it. Like, yes, I think in his interview, y'all go check out his interview though. Like, he I don't want to tell too much of his story, but it's just so dope because I literally have watched his life, like the things he says, even where he comes from. Like, I know, like, I know it's true. Right. And then to watch him now, he go and pick out. I think he said, like, he got so many shoes, don't know which one to choose no more. Like, what? And it's the truth. Like, I mean, I ain't never seen his closet, but I see every time he step out, he got a new motherfucking pair of shoes. Mm-hmm. So it's like, all right, gang. Right. So, yeah.
Is it hard? Was it hard? And is it still hard managing an artist that's not so-called a drill artist? Because somebody told me it's hard managing somebody who not dissing. I know this might sound dumb as hell, but somebody told me if you ain't smoking dead ops and killing people on them beats, then it's going to be hard managing that artist. Is that true?
I like to say my situation is such a blessing.
Right. Because I don't believe that.
I believe it's a little bit more difficult. Everyone likes to see the negative stuff. Like, they want to feel a part. Like, I'm not no street bitch. Like, far from it. But I like what I like. Right. And I've had to live my life in ways where I feel like I don't even live as a civilian no more. And I'm a civilian.
Right.
But it's not hard for me because V has done everything he said that he wants to do. He says it himself, like, yeah. So if he says he's gonna do something, he's gonna do it, and it just so happens that he's real and his story's true, and he has a story to tell. The world wants to hear stuff like that too, like they want to flex too. They want to feel like they got that shit on. They want to pop their shit. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah. And he's like, it's other people that live his life, and they don't know how to rap. You know what I mean? Be telling someone else's story probably.
That's true.
And he's good at it. Like, he's really good at it. You hear his music. His wordplay's dope. He's intelligent. He knows a lot of words, so it's not hard. Like, whatever life he's lived, go watch his interview, he'll tell you. But like he's true for real.
No, I get it.
Yeah, so
I wanted to
people want to see that shit. People want to see that shit. It's a dope story. We're gonna be dropping a song called like Pharaoh, and like I can't wait for y'all to hear it.
Okay, so some new music coming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. for sure.
On the change of pace, you know, I got a strong question I want to ask you, you know, because I follow everybody in Chicago. I'm real nosy now, you know, truth teller nosy.
Mm-hmm.
I be on everybody's pages. I'm looking because, you know, I look at Chicago different. You know, the music business got all these stars. You know, I got Chicago stars. Them the guys and the people and the women I'm looking at.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to hold Chicago down. A lot of people say, Truth, you got 100,000 subscribers. You got to lead this place. I say, it's the wrong mindset, you know?
That's fine. Exit it. Sorry, we're going to have to start that.
Yeah, I got it.
Exit that out. You could exit out and turn it off because I heard turn my volume off.
Oh.
Yeah, click it off, the volume. For the phone, I heard the little doo-doo. Oh, you already did it. Thank you. Sorry.
No problem.
I just don't want no money to. I didn't realize I had that on still. Let me make sure the other one is turned off too then. I'm at it. And it wasn't. Make sure my phone is not on Do Not Disturb on.
Got you. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1. I got a question on another note that I want to ask, you know. This kind of like on a different side, but I do want to ask this question. Like I say, I look at everybody Instagrams and social media. You know, I look at Chicago people as their own stars, you know. So I'm on all y'all social medias. When I go to your social media, you know, I see a lot about your bartending, a lot about, you know, pictures of you. I also see you post pictures of like a close friend of yours who kind of lost his life or something. Mm-hmm. You mind if I ask exactly what happened to him?
He passed in a car accident.
Car accident?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's crazy. Because that seemed like y'all was close back in the day and shit.
That was one of my best friends.
Yeah.
It was him and my homegirl Ann. They both passed in a car accident.
Oh, so it was...
Back to back, literally, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yes, literally. So, like, for like the last 3 years, it's been a roller coaster because I lost them like a month, not a month, excuse me, like a year and like a couple months apart.
Mm-hmm.
Like a year and 2 months apart. And it was so crazy because I was begging, like, after losing Anna, I was begging my friend, like, you gotta be careful. Like, you're, like, that's it. Like, you're all I have left. You know what I mean? And then he passed away in a car accident. It wasn't it was just a car accident. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
And your friend Ann, too.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah.
That was hard getting through that one.
Ooh.
You didn't even do that now.
I'm not even through it.
Right.
I just have learned to, like, life got to go on, and it sounds so bad.
No, that's true. No, I totally get it.
Like, it's so hard to wake up and be like, you just got to go on. Like, it's like, damn. Like, I got to act like they never was here.
Right.
I got to go on like they not here no more. So, and on top, like, before that, I was losing people, like, you know, and that's a whole nother story I don't want to touch on, but if you see my social media, you see my tattoo on my arm, like, I've been losing people close to me. Way before them too. I lost my first best friend freshman year of high school. Did? Yeah. I
did see you post you lost a lot of people in your life.
Mm-hmm. A lot of close people to me.
Mm. You know, the reason I asked you about that person that you post on social media, wasn't so much to be nosy, but and I remember I am a drill historian, you know, and people see me in the street, like I say, they say, "What up, truth?" You know, some people give me hugs. I be taking pictures, Miss A out here on the street.
You was the show.
So what I do to reward the fans is I make sure I ask the tough questions with the person that's in front of that camera. So the reason I asked you about that person that passed in the accident is that is actually one of the same people that kind of went viral in the video with LilReese a little while ago, right?
Yes.
Yeah. When you see all that going viral on the internet and, you know, things about LilReese caught lacking and shit like that, first thing came to your mind, not to make you relive that.
I was worried about where it was gonna go. People that I care about were involved in that, and I knew that can go south real quick.
Right.
And already, like, just as men, you guys face a lot of things, and I just be like, why add fire to the flame? But it's like, you're not finna play with me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, because as a woman, you're not gonna play with me.
I get it.
So I just have learned to mind my business. I stay out of street business because that's not my fight to fight, you know? I like my peaceful life. I know I do probably put certain things on social media, but that's just a glimpse of the things that I go through. And I do it because I always get people saying, like, it's so crazy. Like, it's crazy because people message me and be like, when I hear your story or your transparency, like, it keeps me going. And I'm like, what? My mess of a life? Like, what? But I've also been told sometimes you don't go through things for yourself. It's for other people. And maybe I'm just built for a lot of things. You know what I mean? So.
I totally get it. From a female perspective, I want to ask you this. You know, this ain't got nothing to do with you, but I want to ask you this. I think you'll give me a good perspective on this. Now, I don't want to pinpoint Chicago because a lot of people, they DM me and say, "True, you always talking about Chicago." But like I tell them, you know, YouTube is focused on this place, okay? Rappers might be blackballed in the industry, but they ain't blackballed on YouTube, okay?
I heard you say that on your interview, on your little blog, YouTube blog the other day. I forgot who it was about, but I remember you saying that. Yeah,
they love these guys out here. I want to ask you, why don't these murders of all these rappers, not even rappers, just everyday civilians, why don't murders be solved out here? The no snitching shit that strong?
Man, not only the no snitching, it's just so many. Like, it's a lot. Like, and do people even want to be cops anymore? Like, is there enough cops and detectives to, like, they're wilding. Like, I had to take the Citizen app off of my phone and, like, because I don't want to see that. I be in the house. If I'm not at work, I'm in the house. Like, so I feel pretty safe. I feel like I don't need that on my phone. Like, yeah. But it's just so many. I mean, I don't know. I don't have the answers. But that's just my take on it, I guess.
You weren't always this even killed, though, you know? You did have a point in time where you was hard-headed growing up and shit.
Oh, my goodness, yes. I was a mess. I'm just getting into like my grown stage. Like, in the last 3 years is when I really was like, girl, you need to get it together. Like, grow up. I realized life was really short. My best friends had only 28 years on earth, like, and I'm here to see 29, like, you know what I mean?
Not to cut you off, but how did the 28 years get cut?
The car accident.
Oh, the car accident. Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's like, I'm blessed to see 29 and hopefully 30, and you know.
What advice do you got for young ladies out here? Because there's a lot of young ladies, you know. It's like every year another young lady get 15, 16, get to feeling herself and shit. What advice do you get to these young ladies growing up out here? Because you done seen a lot. You know a lot. Sometimes they don't want to hear it from somebody real old. You know, they can hear it from somebody that looks young like them, you know.
Listen. I'm at the point where I understand why people tell you the things, and I was told something really dope. Like, sometimes you gotta look past the messenger and just listen to the message. Like, and I look back, like, I've been blessed that I've avoided a lot of things because I learned from people's lessons. Right. But I also look at the certain things that I have gone through that if I would have just listened, I wouldn't have had to maybe go through that. Or maybe not even assume. Like, I feel like I really lost my innocence really young. Right. Really young, partially because I didn't listen. And it was, well, if you don't tell me why not, I'm going to go find out. But it's like, no, like, don't. But everyone got their own journey, too. So right. I think it's really just listen, though. I know that sounds so simple, but
listen, I think that's a big key.
I've learned to shut up. Like, I used to be so quick to talk and shut down people's advice, and I'm like,
don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah, because no, you're not gonna tell me. Right. But just listen.
No, I get it. I ain't gonna hold you too long, Ms. A, but I do want your opinion on a few more topics in the culture. I think you got a good perspective, so I want to ask your opinion on some topics in the culture that don't involve you, but I want to know what Ms. A think about these things, okay? Before we get into that, I want to ask you if you can tell me in your pick, Sasha Go Hard or Katie Got Bands. Who you pick?
I don't know either one of them. I've encountered, like, you know, just... Okay. But so this is completely
who's more?
Yes, who I rock with the most.
I want to hear.
I like Katie.
And why?
Cause why not?
Right.
Like what? She, as far as I know, she was the first that I seen do it. Right. That I seen. You know what I mean? That's who I knew. As like the queen of drill, who a pioneer as far as the ladies, even just a pioneer in the drill. Drill's not that old.
Thanks.
That's fairly new.
That's real.
So yeah, she's one of the pioneers, if you ask me.
Okay, we're gonna go Katie Got Bands.
Katie Got Bands.
And I've been seeing on a lot of things lately. It seemed like the world starting to recognize Katie. Then,
yeah, she just did. She was on a Nicki track. Like what? That's dope to me. I'm sorry, because I be feeling like people be trying to like count her out. Yeah. Like when really people fuck with Katie. Yeah. Like her name ain't bells.
Facts. So
but it's not to take away from Sasha Go Hard either. I know she was like doing her thing overseas.
Legend in the shit too.
What? Yes, for sure. And that overseas money, you check a real bag overseas from what I heard. So they both doing their own thing though, and just, you know, keep it cute.
Okay. I got one that's tough.
Oh, no.
I'm going to ask you this one. It's a tough one now. And I want you to be honest with me. Mm-hmm. Von or Duck? Yeah, I need to know now. I need to know. This is a hard one now. You know, I put you on the edge on that one.
Hey, you caught me off guard. Mm-hmm. I thought you prepared me for this interview.
I kept that one now. Von or Duck? And we ain't biting our tongue in here now. You know, in the truth telling.
I really have to think about this, though, because I really like them both. Like, it's just how I'm feeling. Like, sometimes I'm like, I ain't no street nigga for real, but sometimes I need to feel like one. You know what I mean?
Right.
And Duck just take me there, like. But Von, like, he really be telling, like, he a storyteller. He was a storyteller, like, and like that fuck your nigga, fuck your man, whatever. That was my shit. Like that kind of takes the cake because I love that song. Like, you ask me what's my favorite Von song, I'm gonna say fuck your man.
Okay.
I swear. But if I have to choose, Why are you doing this to me?
I want to know from a female.
Because I'm not even going to lie. I'm probably finna get a lot of backlash for this. But, like, I'm the type, I'll play Von and Duck or Duck and Von back to back just because I love both. Like, they just go. Like,
Okay.
one savage to the next. Let's
go.
Go.
If you had to pick one, and there's no disrespect to the other, you had to pick one right now.
I'm going to have to say Von, because of Fuck Your Man.
Okay, go Von. Now, while you pick Von, I got a follow-up question. I got 2 follow-up questions, okay? And these are the questions that I'm going to ask you without being policey. Mm-hmm. But I am going to ask you these questions. First thing came to your news when you heard the news about Von, Lil Tim, Quando Rondo. Von was shot outside of a hookah lounge in Atlanta. First thoughts came to your head.
I couldn't believe it because way before Von was known as a rapper, Von was known in the streets. Like, and I'm not even from the South Side. I've just kind of always dated, people from the South Side, and that are very involved in what was actively going on by complete accident. It wasn't like I went searching, but Von was known already. I didn't know Von as an artist. I knew him from the streets. So it was like someone got up with him. That's how I felt. Like, what? So that's how it was like unbelievable. I really didn't believe it.
I get you.
I was like, too. What?
Now to follow up with that one, the next question I want to ask, I'm going to ask you this one too without being policey. First thing came to your head when you heard FBG Duck was in the Gold Coast. Actually, that store is actually like 7 minutes from here. We can actually walk there. He was standing outside in the pandemic line. Police say 2 cars pulled up on him. 4 people hopped out, shot him multiple times. He lost his life. Video kind of went viral on the internet. First thoughts came to Miss A-Head.
Like, this has gone too far.
Right.
Like, when do it stop? Like, when you take, when as Chicago, when Chicago takes a loss, it's like, all right. But then it's always the next one. All the time. Yeah. So you just, nothing surprises me anymore.
Yeah. That's a great answer, I think. Last one I want to run past you. We can't leave this without asking about the GOATs and this shit. I ain't gonna say they the best, because it's a lot of people in this shit, and I found out more I do this, just singling a couple people out, people be disappointed off that shit, okay? So I'm gonna just ask you, Durk, Keef. And why?
Oh my God. I love me some Chief Keef. I gotta go Keef, because even their songs from like 2011, 12 that like still give me hype, like it just came out yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, Keef.
I'm gonna go Keef. Okay. I got 2 more questions I want to ask, Miss A.
Okay.
One of the last 2 I want to ask. Everybody always talk about the killings, the shootings. They got switches. They tell me truth. They got switches. So they always telling me about the bad shit, okay? What's something good about this place that the world needs to know about?
It's so beautiful. And I didn't realize how beautiful Chicago was until I moved away. I had moved to South Carolina and then to Georgia.
Oh, so you've been around.
Yeah, and no.
A lot of people always tell me about bad things about this place. They tell me about the shootings. They say truth. They got switches. Don't be on them porches. They tell me all kind of things like that. Can you tell me something good about this place that the people might not know?
It's beautiful. Very beautiful, actually. I didn't realize that, though, until I moved out of state. Like, I moved to South Carolina, to Georgia.
Okay.
And it's nothing like a Chicago, scene. And it's so much fun. Summertime Shy is lit. Well, I don't know about anymore, but it just feels good. It's the perfect weather, just perfect. And Yeah, and there's so many good people here. I know, like, there's a lot of bad apples, but I've learned to stop saying that I don't have good friends, because I have excellent friends and they're all from Chicago. Like, you know what I mean? So,
Right.
yeah.
Last thing I want to ask you, Miss A, because when I look at you, I think you're a dope person,
Thank you.
Now, everybody might not think the same.
Probably, look.
Right, but I want to ask you, can you clear up any misconceptions about you? Anything you want to tell the people, lead the people with anything, some about you, anything, what you got coming forward, what's coming in the future, anything you want to tell the people?
I don't think there's any misconceptions. And if there is, I haven't, maybe, I don't know. If anyone has a misconception, let me know.
Female manager in the music business. For anybody that might think you don't know what you're doing or anything, you are highly qualified for this. Right?
I am.
Right.
I am. But I'm not perfect and I don't know everything.
Right.
But yeah, I'm deserving to be called a manager.
Facts.
For
think so.
I put in a lot of work for free. But the money didn't even matter. It was the experiences I've had. I got in the game. It was around people that people would only dream to be around, and they've been doing it longer than me. Okay. So the experiences was everything, and the knowledge I gained. But now it's just time to do it by myself with my artists, and I like playing the back though. Like, I want to make V look good,
Right. I think that's dope though. I think you're holding down, finish doing what you're doing. I think y'all a good tag team. What you got in the future though? Because you did say you was bartending or something. That's in your future?
Yes, I love bartending. I love it. I want to have my own. I'm going to have my own lounge.
Oh, so that's what you own.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And also, I be doing my little app stuff, Bigo. Okay. I guess I'm a social media influencer now.
Most definitely.
It's weird because I never thought I could get paid like a real check from just going live, like, and showing my life and telling my story. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think that's dope. Yeah, and just promoting and SBE. And I know it's a few other artists that I want to help. So you're gonna expand. Eventually. That was my next question. Eventually. So another artist, can an artist call you up for some advice and help, or are you strictly with V? It depends on how big the help is, because I have really dope connects, and I'm just now learning how to utilize them myself. Okay. And they've let me know, like, it's your turn, like, just let me know what you need. So it just depends. But I'm so cool. Like, I could give you the advice, but you're not me. So I get it. It's whatever, So we got that lounge coming in the future? Yes. Okay. That's dope. What kind of lounge we going to have in there? Music? Hookahs? You're going to see. I'm going to see. I'm being more transparent now. So just follow my journey. That's dope. What's all your social medias? People want to get up with Miss A. Somebody want to convince you to give them some of that free game you got. Where they gonna find you at on social media? Everything is The Real Autumn G. More so like Instagram, like The Real Autumn G. I don't really use Twitter. Okay. Probably should. What about Bigo? You on that Bigo? Oh, Bigo, yes. It's the THEE Autumn G, because everything else is The Real Autumn G, but Bigo is The Real Autumn G. Okay, and you can subscribe there and follow her over there? Yes. Okay, and you say that Instagram is what again? The Real Autumn G. The Real Autumn G. Mm-hmm. And what's the name of that song that the legendary V finna drop soon? You say y'all got some work dropping soon? Oh my goodness, not just that one. We got a lot of, look, just look out. Just be looking out. Most definitely. That's it. That's what I'm going to tell you. I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you, Miss Autumn. For sure. Thank you for having me. No problem. It's the homie Truth Teller, the street reporter. Bleh, 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 bleh,
Bleh. Yeah.